So good afternoon. Tell me about yourself and your business, please.
Yeah, so my name is Rory King. I'm a 30-year-old from Downpatrick in County Down. I launched Rorys Travel Club initially just before the pandemic, but we only really started to kick off about 14 months ago as the pandemic sort of has fizzled out and thankfully came to an end. Rorys Travel Club was set up to inspire people from the island of Ireland, both north and south, to travel here at home and abroad. So our idea, our concept is to give our members, it's a members-only club, our idea is to give our members discounts, savings, inspiration, advice, and try and get people to travel both home and abroad for the best price available.
Fantastic. Sounds like a great concept. And what would you say, Rory, have been your biggest learnings in business and in life?
In terms of business, that no 2 days are the same, and never get ahead of yourself. So expect the worst, to be honest. I know you do have to celebrate your wins, but in terms of getting ahead of yourself, definitely don't do it.
Okay, excellent, good there. And who's been the best coach that you've ever had, and why was that?
In terms of coaching, there's no one specific comes to mind. What I would say is I was very lucky. I worked for a company from the Republic of Ireland for 5 years, and they sent me all over the world. So I was working in different markets. I was picking up different approaches, different techniques, different tactics, which was used in sales and marketing across the world. And I learned from some of the best people. I was lucky to be on the road and meeting lots of people and learning from lots of people. I would say, though, the lady that was the CEO of that company, her work ethic really inspired me to obviously to go and do my own thing. And she's someone that I greatly admire.
Fantastic. And do you have any favorite quotes or sayings?
In terms of in life, I like to say it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Love it. Meaning, of course, that no matter who you are, like I use that analogy in terms of we're a small company that's looking to take on the big companies eventually down the line. And I do think if I keep going and keep working at it and chipping away, we'll get there. Another great quote actually is something that in terms of business, this is something I think about every single day of the week. It was the guy that actually invented Expedia, and he once says, it's obviously probably not his own quote, it's probably done the rounds, but essentially the quote is, sorry, there was just a call there coming through, might have knocked me off. His quote was, if you can get 100 customers, you can get 1,000. If you can get 1,000, you can get 10,000. 10,000, you get 100,000, and 100,000, you can get 1,000,000. So the inspiration from that quote alone, I've seen it. I've went from 1 customer to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000. We're now sitting at 37,000 customers, and we're only getting going. Do I think we can get 100,000 and 1,000,000? I do.
Fantastic. Sounds good. Sounds good. And that doesn't look like an office that you're in there, Rory. So so tell me a little bit about where you are today there.
Yeah, so today I'm in Call, which is in the middle of the Mourne Mountains. We actually just took on, so at the minute we're working with about 250 accommodations in Ireland, ranging from hotels, B&Bs, self-catering. So we took on this beautiful, let me see around, I'm just in the kitchen here, this beautiful cottage in the middle of the Mourne Mountains. And our members, so the deal we have here is it's 2 nights for £300. There's a hot tub, you're looking out over the Mournes. Absolutely fantastic. And if our members were to book that through the regular booking sites, it would be 386 for 2 nights. So straight away we're able to save our guys 86 quid, which is a fantastic saving.
Brilliant. And is that like a live example of just how Rorys Travel Club works?
Yeah, so essentially Rorys Travel Club, what we do, there's 2 sides to our business at the minute. Well, there's more than that, but the 2 main sides is we monitor all flights leaving Ireland. So once we find really cheap flights, We sort of package them together with accommodation abroad, and then we send them what we think is a great offer and great value. We'll send that to our members. So examples of that might be, last week we had flights and 3 nights in Croatia for €87, which is per person, which is of course unbelievable. And that was from Dublin. We had flights and 7 nights accommodation in Greece from Belfast International, which was £250 per person, which again is unreal. So we have that international aspect, but we also have the domestic aspect where we speak and liaise with accommodations all over Ireland, north and south, and they give our members a discount in behalf for us, obviously advertising them and promoting them. And yeah, we've hundreds of discounts on places all over the country.
Fantastic. And what would you say, what's the biggest challenge that you're currently facing in your business at the minute?
To be honest, it's just taking it day by day. Like anything, everyone just wants that immediate growth, whereas like it's just taking that step back and control, and obviously putting the plans into place for long-term growth, as opposed to going for stupid, like in terms of going full throttle and trying to grow from 1 to 1,000 in a day. It's just trying to put that infrastructure in place. The other thing is, and I'm a firm believer, even our staff would tell you, is like we're a team. I don't see myself. I might see myself as a leader. It's my idea, and I want to guide our team. But in no way am I a boss. We're working on this together, and the main thing for me is obviously we're growing and growing day in, day out, and it's taking the right staff on board to complement each other, and we grow this together, because the concept is unbelievable, and it's really getting the right team to have skills which that complement each other to make sure that this is as successful as it can be.
Good stuff. And what would you say, what advice would you give to anyone that's thinking of going into business?
To be honest, I would advice going into business, I would say to them, like, if you have an idea and you're sitting on it, don't sit on it for too long, because someone else might come in and take it. Just get a start, get a Facebook page, get an Instagram, do your market research, speak to potential clients, and if you're thinking about it, someone else is probably thinking about it also. So you don't want to, like I always like say, like, no regrets in terms of I always wanted to set up a business. What I'm doing now, it actually took me 4 or 5 years to put in place the infrastructure, and like I've massively benefited. So what I would say is make a start, do your research, and make sure you're 100% committed to it, because it's not going to be easy at the start.
Good stuff. And if you started your business again, is there anything that you would do differently?
It's hard to say, to be honest. Obviously we had the pandemic, which was sort of start stop, which was unforeseeable, and obviously there's nothing you can do about it. Not really. Like we're experiencing great growth. We've a great team. We're working with great teams. I've great advisors, and what we're doing, and we've fantastic customers who really appreciate the work we are doing. So by no means are we the finished product, but in terms of, I understand it does take time to put that infrastructure and that growth, and to get from A to Z. We might only have went from A to C over the last 12 months. But yeah, of course, I would like to be at Z by now, but I understand it takes time.
All right, and in terms of the journey and growing the subscription model that you've got, so you said you've around 37,000 at the minute. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So listen, let's get it out to a few more people. Yeah, how would you encourage people to get involved? It sounds fantastic.
Well, like our motto is fairly simple. We're working tirelessly on behalf of our members to get them great deals. Our motto is consistent since the day I set this up. It is, if you book just one trip a year, you're going to save at least double your annual subscription. So many of our members have saved hundreds. Our fee is actually only €10 a year, which is about £8. And basically we basically have 10 to 20 offers every week. So we're giving 50 plus deals a month, both in Ireland and abroad. And we do group trips. There's lots of things we do. We're a great community. And if you book just one thing that we recommend, you're typically going to save 20, 30, 40 quid, which is a lot more than our annual subscription.
Well, look, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. And it's great to hear about people saving money and getting out and about post-pandemic. So listen, Rory King of Rorys Travel Club, it's been great to hear from you and your story and your business. Listen, thanks very much. And